Good morning, Chineye.
Good morning. Morning.
Good morning, Ademola and Jimei. Good morning, Nigerians. Here is the news. The National Assembly says it will continue to promote legislations that enhance the operations and welfare of armed forces personnel. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, stated this at the inauguration of newly built residential quarters for the military officers in Abuja.
When welfare is a priority rather than an afterthought, the entire defense system improves. I wish to assure you of the continued support of the National Assembly. We do not take your sacrifices for granted. We honor your service. We will advocate for your welfare and will stand with you to secure the peace and stability upon which development depends.
The link road and newly constructed buildings are designed not just for convenience, but also reflects our deep understanding that operational successes begin with the welfare and morale of our troops.
The Nigerian Correctional Service has declared all correctional centers across the country red zones ahead of the planned nationwide protest calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu this Monday, October 20, 2025. In a statement by its public relations officer, Umar Abubakar, the service warns that correctional facilities are restricted areas and advises the public to stay off to avoid security breaches and untoward incidents. The statement urges citizens to exercise caution and cooperate with security agencies to ensure peace and public safety, stressing the importance of respecting restricted areas such as correctional centers. Consignments of illicit drugs concealed in frozen snails, electrical bulbs, and female clothes bound for United States, United Kingdom, and Democratic Republic of Congo have been intercepted by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport and a courier company in Lagos. Two suspects, a UK-based public health assistant and a cargo agent linked to the attempt to export the illicit substances, have been taken into custody. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has named former Nigerian Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, as head of its election observation mission for Cote d'Ivoire's presidential election, set for October 25, 2025. Professor Osinbajo will lead a distinguished team of West African observers to ensure a peaceful and credible electoral process. The mission, guided by the ECOWAS Supplementary Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance, will engage key stakeholders, collaborate with other observer groups, and evaluate the conduct of the polls. This deployment highlights ECOWAS' commitment to fostering peace, stability, and transparent elections across the region. President Bola Tinubu has warmly congratulated His Royal Majesty Oba of Benin, Eware II, Omanoba Nedo Uku Akpolokpolo, on the 9th anniversary of his ascension to the throne. Bayo Onanuga, Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, in a statement, says the President joins the government and people of Edo State, the Traditional Council, and family members in celebrating with His Royal Majesty on the occasion, which marks the Oba's nearly a decade of unrelenting service to his domain and the nation. President Tinubu commends the Oba's commitment to promoting peace, unity, and social harmony within his domain, and his support in combating societal challenges such as human trafficking and illegal migration, particularly amongst the youth. President Tinubu also applauds the Oba's strong advocacy for a cultural renaissance, the preservation of traditional values, and his efforts to repatriate African artifacts from Western countries. As the Oba of Benin marks 9 years on the throne of his ancestors, the President extols his leadership in preserving Benin's cultural heritage and passing it on to the upcoming generations. President Tinubu prays that the Almighty God will grant the Oba of Benin a longer life, good health, and more historic achievements on the throne of his ancestors. And those are the news highlights for now.